Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow finance aficionados, I stand before you today to share a digest of wisdom, witty by design, engaging by intent, and insightful by necessity, from a work that probes the very soul of our global financial system. The tome I refer to is none other than Between Debt and the Devil: Money, Credit, and Fixing Global Finance by the esteemed economist Adair Turner. Prepare yourselves for a metaphorical roller coaster through the world of high finance, a journey that might just redefine how you view money, credit, and the economic panorama at large. Without further ado, let me unveil the top 10 insights that shall guide our odyssey. 1. Money, a Lovecraftian horror? At the heart of Turner's narrative lies a concept so misunderstood, it might as well be one of Lovecraft's unspeakable ancient gods. Money, a construct we all chase, save, spend, and admittedly sometimes waste. Turner peels back the curtains on this mysterious entity, revealing it not as a physical commodity, but a social construct, an IOU that keeps the global economy's heart beating. Yet when abused, it has the power to unleash economic horrors that can make the strongest of wills quiver in fear. 2. Credit, the potion of economic growth or the poison of excess. Turner dares to tread where others have balked, scrutinizing the role of credit in our modern economy. Is it the lifeblood, enabling fleeting dreams to solidify into the concrete reality of growth? Or is it the siren call, luring unwitting economies onto the rocks of excess and financial ruin? Turner maintains that credit, when managed with the adeptness of a maestro conducting a symphony, can elevate society. Mismanaged, it can bring nations to their knees. 3. The devil and debt, an unholy alliance. The devil, as they say, is in the details, or in this case, the debt. Turner postulates that our current financial system is ensnared in a devilish pact, overly reliant on debt to fuel growth. This infernal bond, he implies, could culminate in a Faustian fallout. The insight? It's high time we exorcise our economic demons and rethink our dependence on this treacherous temptress known as debt. 4. Private banking, the wizards behind the curtain. You might be surprised to find that the great and powerful Oz of the financial world might simply be the men and women operating the levers of our private banks. Turner illuminates the veiled alchemy through which banks create money, a process as mystical to the layman as turning lead into gold. Yet with a deft touch, Turner manages to demystify the magic of private banking credit creation, underscoring its potential as an instrument of both creation and destruction. 5. Real estate, the monolithic monopoly. Picture the game of Monopoly, if you will. Now imagine it not as a cheery family pastime, but as a symbol of global economic fixation. Turner beautifully dissects our obsession with real estate as a form of investment, describing it as an immovable monolith at the heart of our societies. Our collective inclination towards property acquisition fuels an inflationary fire that no amount of financial firefighting seems able to douse. 6. Equality and the debt divide. Turner delves into the societal crevice of inequality, exploring the chasm between the well-heeled and the downtrodden, a rift often widened by the insidious role of debt. Like a master cartographer, he maps out the contours of inequality, showing how credit and debt distribution can either bridge societal gaps or exacerbate them, depending on how they're wielded. 7. The central bank conundrum. With the acumen of Sherlock Holmes, Turner investigates the enigmatic case of central banking. These institutions, intended as stewards of financial stability, face the constant riddle of how to deal with the cyclical beast of credit-driven booms and busts. Turner suggests that central banks might require a new toolkit for this Sisyphean task, lest the boulder of crisis crush them time and again in an eternal recurrence of financial calamity. 8. Regulation, the Herculean task. Turner doesn't shy away from the Herculean task that is financial regulation. He plunges into the Augean stables of our complex regulatory frameworks, considering if we can ever truly cleanse them of their failings, or are we doomed to wade forever in the muck of systemic risk? He essentially beckons us to fortify our regulatory battlements to withstand the siege of future financial crises. 9. Innovation or financial Frankenstein. As we hurtle into a future replete with financial innovation, Turner poses an existential question. Is our ingenuity bestowing upon society the blessings of efficient market dynamics? Or are we sewing together a monstrous financial Frankenstein? He beckons us to tread warily in the shadow of complex financial products, lest our creations turn on us with unanticipated ferocity. 10. A vision of redemption, the path forward. The final act of Turner's epic does not leave us in despair. Instead, he lays out a blueprint for redemption, a call to arms for taming the gargantuan financial forces at play. This pathway, neither laden with doom nor naively utopian, invites us to confront systemic issues directly and wield the double-edged sword of finance with the precision of a master swordsmith. Now, as our exploration of Turner's insights concludes, let me impart upon you a reflection. Between Debt and the Devil is not merely a book, but a financial gospel, a tapestry of thought with threads that could weave the new fabric of global finance. It's Turner's audacious attempt to capture the shadows of our monetary system and bring them into the light, and it's an intellectual challenge that beseeches us to cast off the old and embrace a new financial renaissance. Let us not forget that in the current economy, much like in Turner's narrative, wit must be our rapier, engagement our crested shield, and insight our polished helm as we venture forth into the financial realms of tomorrow. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the looking glass of Adair Turner's masterwork. May it inspire us to chart a wiser, more sustainable course amidst the tumultuous seas of global finance.